Donnie and Dolly. The team is supported by ableauctions.ca. Closing your business? We can help.
Just ahead of Ross Tucker, our guest today, sponsored by Basant Motors. I know you wanted to talk about Basant in a second here, Rick. Basant Motors turning the big 3-0, and they are ready to celebrate with some amazing deals. Find out more at basantmotors.com. Fire away.
Okay, so yesterday, Basant Motors, 30th anniversary, sixth year giving away scholarships. 16 students got $32,000 given back to the community. Basant Motors. I was the MC of the event. I do want to quickly apologize. They gave me a big list at Basant. I had to introduce like 30 people. I butchered a lot of names. There's a counselor lady at the Surrey. I'm sorry.
A counselor lady?
Is a counselor?
Okay.
No, counselor. I screwed up her name. I apologize.
Well, what is it?
No, Lori. I said Guerrero. I don't think it's Guerrero. I apologize, Lori. I really do. A lot of the kids, I butchered their names, and then the high schools. I don't know a lot of these high schools.
Like what?
Surratt Keena Heritage Woods. Is it Surratt Keena? Have you heard of that? Anyways,
Well, Heritage Woods is in Port Mooney, right around where I live.
All I'm saying is, you give me a list of 30 names in high schools before I got to go on the stage. I butchered a ton of them. I just apologize.
Keeping in mind that high school was a bit of a struggle for you, and me too.
We didn't get scholarships, both of us. We barely got past grade 12. But let's call a spade a spade.
And look at us now.
Look at us now. You know,
talking to Ross Tucker.
Anyways, Basant Motors giving back to the community, $32,000. One of the students did a speech on the stage.
I'll bet it was better than what you did. Okay.
Okay, anyways, Basant Motors, good stuff, $32,000. The kids got their money, scholarships. Go out there. Kids are the most important. They're the future, most important for the future.
Okay, let's get to Ross Tucker
here. Oh, he's gonna rip me. Ross gonna rip me now.
Ross Tucker from the Ross Tucker Football Podcast and Westwood One. How are you, sir?
I'm awesome, and I, for one, am shocked. Shocked, I tell you, that Rick butchered the names of the high school kids in the school.
Hey, Ross.
I never would have seen that coming.
I just felt bad. But you never seen these names before in your life, and then you see them, and nobody coached me on what they were. So it was a catastrophe.
So, Rick, it's called preparation? Okay,
I got the list.
You get the list ahead of time.
Yeah, I know. I got the list 10 minutes
and then you go over the names of the schools and I do college football games every Saturday, Rick. I got to memorize 100 guys' names for each team.
Yes.
It's not fun. I don't like it, but it's called preparation. You don't just stand up there and wing it when you're doing a game.
You tell them, Russ.
But I don't even know what you're doing. Like, I'm looking at your promo thing at Donnie and Dolly on social media.
Yeah.
What are you doing with your phone? You're like this on your like picture here.
Yeah.
Weekdays 10 to noon. Check.
Oh, right.
Donnie's like this. Donnie's like, hey. And Donnie is that guy that walk into the party and be like, hey. But you're like,
I'm pretending.
You're pointing at your phone like, hey,
Ross.
Why do you even have a phone in your hand?
Because I'm pretending to work, and the people in the photo shoot.
Exactly.
People at the photo shoot asked me to do that, Ross. Anyways.
So you're like a hockey insider, right?
I'm not an insider.
He is.
No. I hate the word insider. It's information gatherer. That's all I am.
Okay, fine. You're a hockey information gatherer.
Yeah.
So that's why they had you with the phone, because it's like you're gonna break the news that the Canucks guys that went to a Michigan game a couple weeks ago, this week they're going to Penn State, Iowa. Breaking news from Rick Dolly. The hockey guys that don't have contracts like to go to college football games and tailgate.
I couldn't break a carton of eggs, never mind a story. Believe me.
All right. Buccaneers, Patriots, Ross. We're moving on here. 1917 Buccaneers win. Tom Brady going back to Foxborough, all of that. But I think the story for me, anyway, was that the poise that Mac Jones showed. In what ways, if any, does he remind you of Tom Brady?
Like all of them.
Yeah.
I mean, it's crazy. Look, I know people are like, oh, you can't compare anybody to Tom Brady. Yes, I can. I can compare whoever I want. What do you want me to do? Compare him to Kyler Murray? Russell Wilson? No. I mean, when I watch Mac Jones play, he reminds me of Tom Brady. That's who he reminds me of. He looks like Tom Brady. Now, he's not going to win 7 Super Bowls, not going to have that kind of career. I highly doubt it. But when I watch him, that's what I see. Very smart, very good against the blitz, obviously knows what audibles and checks to get into, gets the ball out of his hands quickly, knows where he's going with it. He's accurate, similar body type. Similar lack of mobility. Goodness gracious, that one run for Tom Brady, I thought every bone in his body was going to break before he got 4 yards. So they remind me a lot of each other. There's no question.
When's the last time you saw Tom Brady? You played with him, too. When's the last time you saw him rattled during a high-pressure situation?
I mean, probably last night.
You think so? At the start?
You mean before that? He didn't look to me like he was himself early in that game. He missed a bunch of throws. I don't know if it was the weather or just the enormity of the moment, the emotions, whatever, but I didn't think he played particularly well, especially in the first half. And frankly, I thought for the game, he got outplayed by Mac Jones, which is kind of amazing, right? Kind of fitting that Brady goes back to Foxborough, gets outplayed by a rookie, and yet he still wins. Because you know what? That's how the story always ends. Tom Brady. Some guy tweeted me last night. I tweeted, you guys will love this, at Ross Tucker NFL. I tweeted as soon as the game ended. I said, well, that settles it. Patriots never should have gotten rid of Tom Brady. It's a joke, right? Like I'm joking. Like the one outcome last night is not a big enough sample size. Some guy replied to me and he's like, not at all. Once again, Brady got lucky. It's the same thing every time. His defense plays well. The other quarterback's better than him, and he gets lucky. I wanted to reply to the guy, dude, he's been getting lucky for 22 years. We might have to call it something else at some point.
Exactly. Hey, you mentioned Kyler Murray, Arizona over the Rams, 37-20. The Cardinals now 4-0. Can they keep this up? Is there no doubt about it? They're the best team in the NFC West?
Well, first of all, they might be number one in my power rankings on tomorrow's Ross Tucker podcast, which are the officially NFL-sanctioned power rankings. Nobody knows that, but they are. And, dude, they're legit. Their defense is playing much better than I thought they would, especially some of the guys on the back end like Byron Murphy and Jalen Thompson. And then Kyler Murray's incredible. Guys, I don't know. He's not the fastest guy in the NFL. But you'll never convince me that anybody else's feet move quicker or move faster. It's like, it's like his feet are going 1,000,000 miles an hour whenever he runs. He is fascinating to watch. It really is incredible.
Hey, Ross, the Seahawks, it didn't look good in the first 25 minutes. Their first 5 possessions, 3 and out. They come back, big second half. You don't want to be down 1-3 in that division. But anyways, your thoughts on the Seahawks win?
Well, it was gigantic, Rick, for the reason you just mentioned. I mean, it would have been a very tough situation for the Seahawks if they fell to 1-3. 3 games behind the Cardinals, 2 behind both the Niners and the Rams would have been a disaster. And frankly, I think they're pretty fortunate that Jimmy G got hurt because, the Niners were kind of in control of that game until Jimmy G got hurt. He wasn't able to play as well. Trey Lance comes in, and he looked like a young man that's not ready, which probably isn't that much of a surprise. He only played 1 year of FCS college football and didn't play last year. But that was huge. The Seahawks, I can't figure them out, man. I mean, 3 and out on their first 5.
5. Yeah.
And then they go ahead and score 28 and play better, and they run the ball with Collins. They are a conundrum wrapped in an enigma for me right now, Rick. And at the break, you can look up both those words.
I will. I'll Google it.
Yeah, I want to see him pronounce those 2 words. Hey, Basant Motors called. They want you to MC their next event. Thanks for this, Ross. Appreciate it.
See you guys, and I'd be happy to, Basant. I'll get the names right, at least at the school.
Yeah. Get your shots in, Ross. Get your shots in. Hey, by the way, follow me on Twitter. I follow you. You don't follow me. Get going.
Rick, do you think I need to follow a guy on Twitter? I don't need your breaking junior hockey news in British Columbia.
Well, would it kill you to follow?
15-year-old just signed with Vancouver East when we thought he was going to sign with Vancouver West. Whoa!
Hey, would it kill you to follow a buddy? Just do it. Just do it.
Help him out.
Help me out.
Thanks, Ross.
See you guys.
All right.